Hi there. Welcome to Hourglass Workshops and Conversations with Nancy and Cheryl. I'm Nancy Burns. I'm an acupuncturist in San Jose, California.
And I'm Cheryl Seavey. I'm a writer, blogger on women's issues in Los Gatos, California. Today we are talking about spring. This is our first video of the springtime, and there's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of changes, a lot of growth, and we thought we'd share some ideas about how you can ride the spring energy.
Well, I think everybody is really ready for it. We've been locked down for a year, and so it's like, it's not just the buds on the tree that are busting out. It's like we're all ready to bust out and have a little fun, So springtime is all about hope, renewed hope to me. I love the spring.
Yeah.
What do you think?
On the colors, and when I go out for a walk, there's, the crabapple trees are blooming, the flowering cherry, there's just a lot of blossoms, and you have the contrast of the bright sunlight, the blossoms, and then you get the wind that whips them around that almost look like snowflakes. And just all the senses are just, infused, and and people mowing lawns, and just everything.
It's like the beginning of what I think is the happiest time of the year, which is summer, when everybody's windows are open and you're out and about, and it's friendly and happy. So it's nice to be able to get out of the house. And so what do you do to celebrate spring in your home?
Well, I thought you were going to say, what do you do? Well, what I do is, one of the things is that I clean out my closet. Just the stuff that feels heavy, I get rid of. I tend to go in, I do go into a cleaning frenzy, not a big spring cleaning, go through top to bottom, but I just feel my energy is up, and, and I want to cook.
I think that's because there's more light, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
I think I love daylight savings time, and I don't mind getting up really early while it's still dark, but we know that the day starts extending every day. It gets a little longer, so it's nice.
It is. And, and there's and I think people are a little bit friendlier, and I don't know, it just feels good. And I think you're right, because we are opening up in general. The COVID restrictions are being lifted. People are outside more. There seems to be, just a lighter, brighter sense.
Today I'm actually in Lake Oswego, which is just south of Portland, and I drove up a couple of days ago, and it was so beautiful when I got to Oregon. I mean, all along the freeway there are thousands of daffodils blooming, and they're just gorgeous, and the flowering quince and the flowering pear trees and everything is starting to blossom. And of course, all the hills are that luscious velvet spring green. Oh, so pretty. It's very uplifting for your spirit.
Well, and I think it heightens all of our senses. I mean, I'm more aware of color. I'm more aware of smells, of scents in the air.
Well, we were talking about fragrance, and you brought up the point that you wear different fragrances for different things.
Right. Yeah.
Like your writing fragrance. I thought that was fair. Tell me about that, because I didn't know that you did that.
Yeah. Well, if I'm out and about, I tend to wear kind of a lighter, sportier, crisper fragrance. And then when I'm doing my writing, or I'm inside most of the day, or kind of in my thought process, I tend to wear a kind of a, well, not a heavier scent, but a different scent that it always registers to me. And it's very, it just triggers, okay, today's my writing day.
Well, that probably really does work, because we are very triggered by scent. They say that that's the last of your senses to go. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was with one of my very close friends is in her last couple of days of life, and she was like in a semi-coma, and I got very close to her, and on my wrist I had a fragrance, and she smelled it and she said, "Ooh, beautiful." It's the first word she had said in weeks.
Wow.
And her eyes weren't open, but she recognized the fragrance, you know, and I thought, wow, that is really powerful.
Yeah.
You know, our sense of fragrance.
Yeah, that's very touching. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it really was.
And
You know?
fragrances will launch us back to good experience, not so good, and
Yeah.
but it did a period of time. Yep, very definitely.
But, you know, with fragrance, we have to be careful because we put it on and in a short time, we can't smell it anymore. And if you keep reapplying it so that you can smell it, then you and your neighbors down the block can all smell it at the same time.
The cloud of fragrance waves.
Oh my goodness. You know, when somebody walks through a room and they're gone, but their fragrance is still there, that's too much.
Right.
Too much. Yeah. Too much.
Yeah. And that's when it's helpful to have a good friend that kind of informs you that back it off. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember, you know, walking into a bank once and the teller on the other side of the teller cage says, "Oh, I love your fragrance." And I thought, whoa, I've got way too much on if she can smell it. I need to dial that one back. And now, of course, everybody's so sensitive to it.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah. Yeah. Well,
I have to be careful, you know, in my practice because a lot of people are suffering from allergies and sensitivities. And so for the most part, during the work week, I don't even wear fragrance, you know, which is so new. I always had it, but this whole sensitivity is kind of a new thing too, you know. I mean, 20 years ago, do you remember people talking about that?
No, but I also remember people kind of wafting in fragrance too.
Yes, that is true.
Like some of your mom, you know, our mom's friends you'd go, oh,
yeah,
they're a joy person, or oh, they're a Chanel No. 5 person, or whatever, you know, and appreciated them. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you knew those people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think too.
So enjoy your spring fragrances, but don't overdo it.
Yes, and enjoy the spring energy, the light, the colors, and you know, and just what's going on around you, and just be a little bit more aware. So until next time, I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Nancy.
And check us out on hourglassworkshops.com. Until then, bye now.
Bye.